Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the party. We're having a party behind scenes right now. I mean, so much of a party. We got Fleshmith to follow our channel. And if you don't know, that's Jason here in our game. No, to be honest, he had there was some Twitch issues going on that unfollowed him. Not his fault. He's been a long-time follower. I can prove it. But super party happening. Ooh. Yeah, I'm ready. I will say, being back at work for this, this now I'm a week and a half, my words escape. I don't know what to say anymore. My brain is mush. But we're here. We're putting on the show anyways. Let's get started, though. We got some housekeeping to take care of, and then we're going to get into what will most likely be the finale of this intro module, Edge of Darkness. Super excited. Thought we might... Thanks, Cranky. Thought we might have got there last week, but, this party was just RPing the heck out of the game, that some things were left undone and unsaid that we'll get to tonight. And that is by no means a negative. That is praise coming from the keeper of arcane lore here. But anyways, this is FeatherFall Tabletop, and you are checking us out here on our Twitch channel. We have a couple sponsors for some of the segments on our channel. One would be Found Familiar Coffee. Great people. Link down below. You can check out all of their wares. They not only have coffee, but they also have like some pretty sweet mugs, inspired and created by Devin Rue. And if you don't know who Devin Rue is, you should. They are the one who drew the map for Wildmount, the Critical Role world. And they also have a bunch of other stuff. I don't want to just label them to Wildmount alone. A lot of good stuff over there. So check them out at Found Familiar. Link down below. Robo's spamming it in the chat here. Check them out. Use code FeatherFall at checkout for 10% off. On top of that, we have Skull Splitter Dice. They are a longtime sponsor of FeatherFall Tabletop. Even before the FeatherFall Tabletop days, they were around. They got a couple things going on, new things happening in their store. They have $5 dice sets. They got a couple different styles there. They have, you can get a dice of the week, or every 2 weeks, or every month. You can kind of set it up to get it how you like it. But they got a whole bunch of mystery bags there, and you'll never get the same dice twice, so they said, unless you really want it. This playthrough of Call of Cthulhu is also in the Roll20 Spotlight program, Roll20.net. This is how we play. They have gifted us the starter module set and the Investigator's Handbook, and we are using those, and we appreciate them for that. So check Roll20 out, Roll20.net, for all your virtual tabletop needs. Some upcoming games here on the channel. We have tomorrow night, our Wildmount Beyond Amends campaign is picking up, hopefully barring any technical difficulties that'll run. Gateway Wars coming at you on Saturday, I believe. They're on this week, Saturday. And Curse of Strahd on Sunday. Hello. Coming back. All right. I think that's it for the schedule. All the new followers, including Fleshmith, thank you so much. We are at 755. Kind of slowed down a little bit. So if you're in chat tonight, and I'll remind you again later, and you like what you're watching and hearing and seeing and being a part of, and I'll even extend this out to YouTube and podcast land. If you're into it, join us on Twitch. Give us a follow, because we want to get to 1,000. Because when we do, we got a hell of a giveaway lining up. We're gathering goods to give out to all of those thousands. So help us get there. We'd appreciate it a whole lot. Let's see. There are channel points down below you can spend to help our investigators out. I feel like they might need it tonight. Don't know. But you can add a D10 or minus a D10 off their roll, because that's what happens in the system. You want to roll low. So you can minus a D10 off their roll. You can give them a re-roll. If you want to be super bad, you can name a new NPC. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of stuff you can do with those channel points, or you can hang on to them and become VIP. Hey, we already got a D10 in there for you, for the crew. Thank you, Cranky Old Mage, for the D10. That I'm sure will be gobbled up real quick. All right, that's it for housekeeping. Let's get into the recap. You guys made it out to Ross's Corner. You made it to the farmhouse, and upon walking up, you saw the runes that were. I think Archie was the one that had a strong enough roll that saw a pulse, a life within those runes that was fading and withering as they spoke. Searched around, found some things that are going to help you in this ritual that you are trying to conduct to send this being back to where it came. As Rupert Merriweather in our opening session asked you to do. You searched all the grounds. You found Maggie McFurter's body kind of slumped over a log in the nearby woods, bleeding from her sides. You found a raccoon that has had its heart ripped out. Normal stuff. You found a...
Kalima, I do that in my backyard all the time.
Yeah, no big deal. You found a hobo taking resident for one night in this farmhouse. So just, timing there. You came in while he saw you coming and he hid in the basement, and you guys quickly got him out of there, ushered him out without, anybody getting hurt, which I think is a good way to go about it. It could have been... could have gotten ugly because he was wielding a table leg at Teddy. Decided after reading all about the ritual, has to take place at midnight, and it was around like 4, 5 in the early evening. You decided you were going back to Arkham, going to get something to eat, and then you were going to go back to Ross's Corner, which is 15-20 minute drive away, and closer to the midnight start time to start this ritual. So that's where we left off last time, is you were all in Arkham. You were just crossing that bridge across the Miskatonic River, heading into Arkham. So there we go. I'm going to move us over to that screen so that our viewers can see the map. Not a battle map, just the map. So this is where I give it over to the crew, the party, the people. What are you guys doing?
Let's. I think I'm going to be taking Lewis, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Roy's going to take Lewis to somewhere nice to eat. No offense, Teddy.
You can eat wherever you want. Doesn't hurt my feelings.
Sure. It totally hurts his feelings. Don't do it too often. Roy
I just know that if tonight's the last night on Earth, or my last night on Earth, I want to die with a belly full of Lucy's gravy. So y'all eat where you want to eat. I'm going to go have gravy and pie. Not at the same time.
Yeah, sure. Discuss the coroner.
Right. Roy, where are you taking us to eat?
Frick, I need a name. I can't remember the name of Brandon. No, Archie. Shoot. Almost. Is Archie coming along too?
I was just about to belly up to you two and say, "Can I join, guys?"
Fair enough. I look over at Teddy. I hope that grave is worth it.
Well, because Archie looked over at Teddy and contemplated the bespeckled gravy, and decided that wasn't worth his last night, possibly on Earth. So, yes. Can I join you guys?
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not.
Yay! All right.
Okay. So rather than actually take you to a food stand, Roy actually thinks about it, but you can tell he continues moving on. Well, we're gonna have to hoof it since Teddy's got the car, and I don't think I can fit 3 of us on my bike. And he leads you down a few streets that get a little bit unsavory before he arrives at seemingly just a plain old wall. Just like a plain old wall and just like a door there. You wouldn't know that this was some restaurant if Roy wasn't knocking on it.
All right, so
fancy place, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm taking you to the fanciest place I know.
Okay.
Roy gives you a wry smile.
So
Fancy means stuck in an alley, does it?
Listen, you gotta know not to judge a place by its appearance. Now, it took a while for us to find this place, so Roy opens the door and he leads you into a small little hole in the wall.
Literally a hole in the wall.
The best places to eat in real life often are holes in the walls.
True.
I'd say that. Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was actually just the back door of Aunt Lucy's, but I think so.
That's the other side.
The only place where you eat.
Teddy, I imagine you parked at Aunt Lucy's. Everybody else got out and hoofed it to where they were going. So, Roy, go ahead and further describe this hole in the wall, if you would.
Roy throws up. There's a couple people probably seated around, and Roy throws up a hand to what seems to be like one of the chefs or owners, and he mutters something in a language I don't believe any of you are familiar with, and then continues and goes to take a seat.
Hey, Roy, is that some code to get in here? Do I need to say it too?
Oh no, that's Creole.
Oh, Creole.
Yeah, this is a Creole restaurant.
Oh, never had
Yeah.
it. Very excited.
Yeah, it's pretty good cooking. You won't find it much anywhere else. I mean, I guess you can go Haiti and all that, but Haiti, whatever. You can go there and find some cooking, but it ain't the same as Louisiana Creole.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll just let me know what I should eat, I suppose.
Yeah. So Roy will help you guys pick out some food, and I will say it's probably pretty good. It's not 5 stars; it's a hole in the wall, but
yeah,
it's run by a family that actually came there. It's authentic cooking and everything.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell there is a care to the selection of ingredients. Some of them having to be shipped in from further east on the coast. But yeah, you are getting some authentic Creole fare.
Yeah, my brother, my cousin actually took forever to find this place, and he dragged me here first chance he got.
Yeah, it's a little spicier than I remember, or not remember. I guess I've never had it. It's definitely a little spicy for me.
I give a smile. I told them, and the funny thing is, I told them to dial it down a little bit for you.
Yeah, no, my palate's not used to this food, but it is very good.
Yeah, I told them you were British, but I suppose they don't know. You fellas don't do a whole lot of spice up there.
It's a lot of salt. Yeah.
Scholars don't either. As I fan my mouth, I'm like,
it's too much. So we'll cut away to Teddy walking into Aunt Lucy's all by your lonesome, and Lucy's there ready for you. Oh, Teddy, it's kind of bringing me back seeing you walk in all by yourself. Where's everybody else?
I'm not sure. We parted ways, and I think they were supposed to meet up here eventually, but I'm not waiting on them. I'm hungry now, so.
Oh, good. Well, we've definitely got food for you.
Extra slice of pie tonight, and if you get a minute, bring yourself by a glass, an empty glass. I got a little something I can share with you.
She kind of gets this half smile on her face. She's trying to keep it contained, but she kind of knows where you're headed. Extra slice of pie. Something special for tonight?
It's a big night. Let's just leave it at that.
Let's not waste any time then. And she kind of beats feet back to the back. You can see kind of the twirling pie case. She pulls out pie in there, starts dishing that up. She's also got there's a dish in the window all ready for you of your typical dinner fare, covered in gravy, of course, smothered in it. There's something underneath, with a little side of mashed potatoes. Brings those out to you quickly. She's definitely got a glass, sets it on the table right next to you.
I will produce the bottle from my pocket that we found out at the
Yeah.
farmhouse.
The good
Um,
liquor.
Yeah, the good liquor. And I will pour myself a half glass and then just hand her the bottle.
Oh, wow. She sniffs it, kind of takes it in, lets it breathe a little bit. Ooh, this. Where would you get something like this these days?
Uh, Found it doing a little reconnaissance.
Well, I can't take this whole bottle. You're not going to surely give me the whole thing.
Uh, by all means, it's
Well.
fine. If you're too concerned about it, when I come by tomorrow, you can pour me a little glass. But
That's-
you guys enjoy.
Fingers crossed. Sure, I'll share with the boys in the back. I'm sure they'll be happy. Hey, on the house tonight, Teddy. Don't worry about it. On the house. And she's gonna head back. You can see her grab put a fistful of glasses, kind of putting her fingers in, clinking them together, and goes into the back. And you hear some audible like whoa, they're super excited about what they have at their lips tonight. So we'll cut back over to the rest of the party at this hole in the wall. Anything you want to role play through while you're there? Feel free.
There is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Roy makes sure that they get a seat further in the back, away from everyone. And Roy is he'll be about halfway through eating, and then he's gonna look to the others. By the way, I feel like I should clear up some stuff about me and Teddy with you guys. I'm sure you guys got a bit of a misconception about the two of us.
You seem
Of what
like
kind?
very nice people. Yeah.
Well, I think my suspicion is that you might think we're a bit more experienced at this sort of thing than we actually are.
Yeah. That's. I thought you were very experienced. At least you imbue that confidence very well.
Yeah, well, truth be told, Teddy's used to doing more of the book stuff, and me, I worked as a soldier, but he leans, pushes this aside, and looks you right in the eye. Truth is, I ain't a monster hunter. Like, them monster hunter that you read about in those books and stories, they're fairy tales. I mean, they exist. They're one in a million. They're from those old families that were their grandpappy's grandpappy was a monster hunter, and they taught it to their children, and they've been raised and grown and all that shit. Me, I was born on a farm. I ain't been taught all this stuff about this monster's weak to that, and this monster's weak to that. I know how to shoot a gun, and that's about it. And here's a little secret, trick of the trade. Guns aren't always that useful against these things.
Well, I'll just say that the knowledge you have is certainly more than the knowledge I have. So I still will put my faith in the two of you. I'm not gonna touch a gun. Not really my bag, but no, thank you for being so honest.
Well, I figure I need to, because if we get in this, the two of y'all are gonna look at me and Teddy like we're supposed to be all calm. It's just standard procedure. Every day we do this, and we don't. I don't go dealing with monsters every day.
Are you telling me, Roy, that you are in fact human? And
Mostly human, yeah. He gives you a smile. Mostly, at least.
I think I won't judge you. You're more adept than we, and I gesture to Lewis. You're more adept than we at things that count in situations of life and death. So
yeah,
I don't know what you're talking down about yourself for, necessarily.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are just swell folk. Most people talk down to me like I'm an idiot or something, but you guys treat me like I'm actually, I'm sensible. Of course, I guess that monsters are real, and I'm not having to pretend oh yeah, I was just going out there and taking a pee. Yeah, that's right. I was taking a real destructive pee over there. That's why that happened. But the reason I'm telling you this is just so, like, if you guys are looking at us and like Teddy freaks out or like I do something stupid, like I don't want you guys losing your minds or anything. Like, oh no, the professionals don't know what's going on. We're doomed. Well, we're all kind of grasping at straws here, so we got to work together.
I'll do my
Right.
best, but if the two of you start to panic, I'm not going to be very useful.
Hey, Lewis,
Although
Lewis,
I don't.
we're all leaning on each other here. I ain't got your brains. I ain't cunning like you.
Well, I'll do my best to read aloud for you.
Roy, I also think that you and Teddy are probably not the first thing that will cause us to lose our minds this evening. So
Right, sure
I
enough.
don't know that you have to worry about that, my friend.
But you know, I ain't too cunning. But I get ideas every now and then. And I think I just got one.
What's that?
While we're gonna head on back right after we eat. But do you mind if we hit a few stores and I can get your help with something?
Sure,
so?
you've got the time.
Yeah.
We're going to need. I'm going to need to get a bag of flour, and I'm going to need to go to a fabric shop.
Do what? Mayhaps.
Are we gonna do some baking? Maybe
Yeah,
some
we're doing
biscuits?
embroidery and we're cooking bagels.
Okay,
The
bagels
monsters
sound-
love bagels. Didn't anyone tell you that? Roy smiles as he clears the rest of his plate and like stands up to go pay at the cash register, not caring to explain any further his plan.
I look at Lewis and just shrug and get up from the food that's clearly too spicy for me because I only ate about a third of it, good though it was. And I follow Roy.
Yep, I'll do the same. Getting up and seeing what we're gonna get into.
Okay. And in all honesty, I would actually like to just, you know, window wipe over going
yeah.
to the store, getting
Yeah.
the bolt of cloth, and going
Yeah.
to Roy specifications. And
Yeah, you can go back to that same general store that foolishly sold Lewis the dynamite. They kind of have like a little bit of everything. Some general canvas type material. You could definitely get some flour there.
Canvas might do it.
Yeah, and all of you have enough money on you to be able to purchase that. So yeah, you could do that after dinner. You do catch it just right at closing time, and we'll say it's about 6:30 at that point. Teddy, anything else you're doing at Aunt Lucy's, or are you just waiting for the rest of the crew to show up?
I'm just waiting for
Okay.
everyone to show back up, seeing as I got the car and I don't know where they went. So I
Yeah,
assume they're coming back to me.
good. Yeah, Lucy does check in with you every now and then. Sits down with you for a little bit and kind of shoots the shit just as it's a slow night, and maybe she's feeling a little weak in the knees from the good liquor you provided. So you guys have a pretty nice conversation there, and we'll say about 6:45ish. You guys all show back up to Aunt Lucy's. Everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, don't have anything extra to add, really. Roy's got his stuff. Gives a friendly wave to Teddy. All ready for tonight.
Yep, I guess I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. Are we all ready to head back to the farm?
Ooh, I got a couple extra lights from the general store, by the way, just in case.
I think I
Procure
wanna-
any more dynamite.
Gosh.
we
Yeah,
still got a little time, so I think I want to run by my place right quick and feed the cat.
Okay, yeah, you definitely have time. So yeah, you're able to travel up north to Teddy's place. Cat is there, curled up on one in your armchair, kind of keeping it warm. sees you come in, directly goes to its food bowl, doesn't like come and do the swirl around your legs. It just goes directly to the food bowl, ready for that food.
Seems usual. I'll go ahead and generously take stock of what cat food I have left, and probably open 2 or 3 cans of cat food
Okay.
into his dish,
Yeah.
and leave the bag of dry food out and accessible. You know,
Oh,
give him a couple of pats, and
it's so sad.
ask if there's anything else that we need to do, seeing as it's only 7 o'clock and it's only a 20-minute ride out to the farm. Teddy's place it's very well kept, but it is super bachelor pad. There's like one armchair. There's no television. There's like a radio on a little table. There is a coffee table that has no magazines, no books, nothing on it. And the kitchen is sparse. When he goes to open the drawer to find something to dish out the cat food, you see that there's like 2 forks, 2 knives, 2 spoons. Like he doesn't even have like a full 4-person place set of utensils. He probably got the second set after he started hanging out with Roy so much, just in case Roy came by for dinner.
Nice.
Oh, he does.
But it's a pretty sparse apartment. The cat is probably the biggest expense that's visible.
Gosh.
So we can fast forward. We can just say you hang out at Teddy's place, just maybe shooting the shit, and if that's what we want to do, we can definitely do that. So it gets probably about 10:30 when you start to the twitch of just waiting, being tired of waiting, probably takes over, and you start to head back out to Ross's corner. I'll move y'all there.
Okay.
So about 10:30 you leave. You show up a little bit before 11, and you get back to the house. Wind is still blowing and howling and pushing through the area, and all those trees that kind of outline the homestead here are just swaying in this wind that's getting so powerful, and you can see some darker clouds start to roll in the distance, and you can tell rain is coming, going to be here relatively shortly.
Are we supposed to set this up before midnight, or does this get going at midnight and then do the chanting and the dirt throwing?
I think it all
would be that we
starts
would
at
set. Yeah. We could probably set it up, but we probably wouldn't initiate anything until midnight.
Right.
If I remember correctly, the drawing has to take place as part of the ceremony, so we wouldn't pre-draw.
Oh.
Could be mistaken.
Also,
but I think that's what I remember.
One last thing could I have picked up?
Yeah. We can
Glue.
say that. You can do that. Yeah, that general store definitely.
That glue in a bucket kind of thing.
Yeah. You can definitely get glue.
Okay. Wait.
So, do you guys go back into the house, or are you guys staying outside still?
I feel like we should get this stuff set up for when we need it.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't want to be in there any longer than we have to, but...
I'll go inside.
I'll go inside.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
unload the trunk from the back of the car and,
That's right.
with Roy's help, drag it inside.
Okay.
And then I'll hand out black robes to everybody.
And you each have
Festive.
Yeah, Kirk's ready, man. You each have a black robe. You each have a print out, handwritten copy of the Latin phrases. Archie has deciphered them for you, So you know the meaning behind it. You know the English translation, but you're pretty sure the incantation has to be done in the Latin language. So there's that. Yeah, you guys start to get settled in. You notice at this point in the evening, the house has gotten like it's super cold now. Any resemblance of a fire that was in the far fireplace has gone out. Both doors have been opened, so kind of creating this breezeway. It is pretty cold in here, so you're feeling it.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I think I still have some matches if you'd like me to get the fire going again.
Couldn't
Oh,
hurt
yeah.
anything.
That'd be good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, do that.
I mean, might be good. Thing might try to burn the
Put
house.
some light in here at least.
Of course, if that thing can move around, it might just try to spread the fire and burn the building down.
Maybe we could burn it a little bit. I don't know. It's up to you guys, I suppose.
And that sounds like one way to beat a ritual. Just like, oh, what, you want to try to like set? You just want to like try to catch a ritual? Okay, that's cool. Try to do it while the building's burning down. Have fun with that.
Go ahead and light that fire. I'm cold.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll use some of my one. Is there like a roll? Can I just use one of my matches and light the fire, or?
Yeah, you have like a little book of matches, I believe.
Yeah.
And you kept one from the hobo. But yeah, you're able to get enough in there. And there's wood out by the shed as well, the barn out there. That was under a little lean-to, so there's definitely enough wood that you can get something going.
Okay.
It takes you a couple minutes, but yeah, you're able to get a fire started. And you can definitely, it's going to take 20, 30 minutes before the house has any rise in temperature, but...
That wasn't my last match, right?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I need to save one.
We have to have a fire lit for this
Well,
ritual anyway.
you
now
could
that
just-
I think about it. So.
You could
yeah.
throw it in the fire.
Boys, specifically you two, Roy, Teddy, any
Yeah.
words of advice for me for this? I know, Roy, you were mentioning that this isn't exactly what you've done before, and Teddy, I'm not sure about you, but this is something very new for me. I'm getting slightly nervous already, and I still don't know for sure if we're actually going to see something. Everything that we've seen so far could be explained logically, animal attacks or things like that. Besides all the weird drawings,
Well, the best advice I can give you is this thing's probably stronger than any one of us. But it seems it needs to grab you with its hands. So that's a good thing. The other thing is try your best to keep your wits about you. Keep doing the ritual. It'll eventually get gone. And I'll do my best to keep you guys alive until then.
Where are we going to draw the diagram? Or the
I
shape?
think we
wonder.
need to draw it upstairs.
I think down here next to the fire, we've got to throw dust into the fire. Right here on the floor is probably fine.
Oh, we need to throw dust into the fire?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's posted in our Discord, but I'll reread it. What you came up with after reading those sheets of paper in that trunk is there are 3 sheets that discuss the procedure of the ritual itself, which takes at least an hour to perform and must be started at midnight. While at least one person speaks aloud the ritual phrases, another person must draw the pentagram on the floor while another burns a certain combination of chemicals in a fire nearby. Alan's notes mention that the chemicals resemble a brown powder, which he says he has prepared and stored in these papers in a metal canister ready for use, and you have that. While one person may perform the ritual chant, the notes recommend that several people take part, allowing each individual to occasionally interrupt their chanting without disturbing the overall ritual or its potency. If the chant is continuous with at least one person reciting the repeating phrases aloud, the spirit must succumb. However, It warns that even the slightest disruption of the chanting may result in failure, requiring another ritual to be performed on a following night. The notes suggest that during the ritual, a watcher be posted lest the sorcerers be disturbed by the nuisances and distractions of malevolent spirits.
Okay.
Thus,
I'm
these
sorry,
sheets confirm that a 2-hour ritual using the chant provided, begun at midnight, will drive off unwanted spirits.
Yeah, I got confused. I forgot that there's two different dusts.
Yeah.
The other one I've got.
Yep. One is a
Dust
silvery kind of talcum kind of powder, and then one is the brown powder that would be burnt during the ritual.
Okay.
And I think I have the brown powder. Yeah.
Okay.
And what time is it now?
It's about 11, so you got an
Okay.
hour or so to kind of get your acts together.
Well, fellas, let's get this circle made. Wait, should we roll? Can I roll an occult check to know if the circle, if performed down here, will be fine?
Judging by reading, I don't think you'll need the occult roll. You kind of get that this area would be a perfect little spot. It's below, and you're protected during the seance, during this ritual. By the runes outside and the rune that is above that attic door, that this would be a good spot.
Okay.
And it has a fireplace close by.
I'm
Okay.
gonna remove any tripping hazards out of
Okay.
the way. Just kind of push the chairs in. Maybe throw that sleeping
Okay.
bag thing outside. Kind of
Oh yeah.
get the space ready for action.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you kind of tuck chairs in. You can even move that other chair into the other room. Okay. Yeah,
okay,
you definitely could do
I,
that.
I'm not even like just moving to the other room. I'm piling them up against the wall, basically.
Okay. All right. I like it. As you are doing that, you can hear a little pitter patter of raindrops start pelting on the outside, and then all of a sudden it hits hard, and now you have this wind and this rain coming in and just creating kind of a nasty weather outside. You can see where the doors are open, kind of the entrance start to get wet. You see it's just pelting the windows, so any window that is still in place is now totally covered in rain, and it's kind of blowing through any window that is broken. And just what started to feel cozy now has kind of got cold again because of this rainstorm that has come in.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and move to close both doors to
Okay.
keep any excess water from coming through.
Okay, and that
Yeah.
back door
I'll
has
close this.
actually the one that you're at, Archie, has a brace that can go in to block it if you'd like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's gigantic.
What happened to you?
I,
Whoa,
delete me. I didn't grab the one that was down at the bottom.
that's all right. He's being taken over. So yeah, you
I know
clean.
you're a big bone, Teddy, but this is ridiculous.
You clean out this back room, kind of getting it all set up. You got all your accoutrements out, and you're starting to feel good. I'd say it takes about a half hour, 45 minutes. So you're within a half hour of, or with 15 minutes within midnight, according to your watch.
Guys, I have a plan. I don't know if it's a good one. How would you all feel about barricading right here? And then we'd have this back door as an exit, but maybe could buy us some time if it's coming from above.
Isn't the attic entrance
Oh, is
in
it
the
this
room with the
The attic
fireplace?
entrance, yes, is in that back room, kind of
Yeah.
like right above where that chair's at.
Plan
Barricade's a
foiled.
bad idea. Yeah. No. No, we want to be able to run if necessary.
Roy is going to. Roy's going to go between each person. He's going to hand everybody a handkerchief. They're going to say, "Okay, everybody, do me a favor and put your face mask on. I don't mean to get topical and everything, but put this around."
Okay. Any reason why?
Oh, because you're going to be sneezing it otherwise.
Sneezing. Oh, from all the dust, the bags of dirt. That
Yeah,
we
the
have?
dust and the flour probably.
Oh, that's right. What did you want to use the flour for?
Oh well, this thing's invisible, right?
Right.
So like
see
Roy
what
takes a
you're
handful of
talking
dust,
about.
throws it into the air, and it just kind of like hangs in the air a little bit. And then slowly
That's-
begins to descend, goes over, grabs the bolt of cloth, gives it a one little, and like the dust in the room just swirls.
Yeah.
And anybody not wearing your face mask, you're probably like nose tickled about to sneeze.
Pretty clever there, Typo. Or pretty clever there.
Yeah, I ain't too bright, but sometimes I have my moments.
Outside of the fire light, it is dark in here. So there are a few lanterns, but they were oil has been burnt out. I know Teddy has a flashlight in the back of his car. I don't know if you brought it in, but it is pretty dark in here.
I did mention I got a few extra lights.
Okay.
So
yeah, feel
Roy
free
will
to set those
put
up.
those intermittently around the room a little bit to try to like get some rays going across.
Yeah, and it's creating like
He's no scientist, but he can use observational,
creating like four shadows as you're kind of crossing, as you got these different lights that are creating a different sets of shadows on the wall around you, just kind of filling those walls along with the firelight. So it's getting close. You got, I would say within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Who's remember their part?
Yeah, who's doing what task? Let's do a DM reminder, because I think I forgot.
Well, clearly Teddy's the watcher.
Okay.
Well, I could I will recite the incantation.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be the one continuously doing that. I have the brown powder, which is to throw on
The fire.
The fire.
Yes. Okay.
I will be drawing the sigil. Roy is our watcher, and everybody is on backup incantation duty, with Archie as our primary incanter.
All right. So put yourselves in the room where you would be, and I'm gonna assume like in the middle of that back room is where the drawing will be.
So is the back room like with the table, or
yeah, where you guys are all at. So I just want to make sure. And here is where, like right above that chair is where that attic is, and there's a rune above it, protecting you.
Okay.
So you think, yeah. So we got Roy by the back door. We got Lewis next to him.
Yeah.
Good. Teddy is doing the drawing. Lewis is doing the throwing. Archie is doing the incantations. Okay.
And Roy is going to be doing, like, so being completely realistic, Roy's a little bit suspicious of, like, rituals and stuff like that. So he's actually probably not going to be chanting. Also, partially because he needs to focus right now really hard on, keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
And that would be distracting him. So he's going to just keep the flour and dust in the air around the room so that if something moves through it, it should be pretty, obvious.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys, whoever has a watch, Lewis, yours is non-functional, right? Yeah, but I imagine you still have it out and you're still kind of watching it, as if it were ticking. Everybody else has their watches out or their stopwatches out, and you're seeing those second hands kind of tick, tick, tick. It's like the longest minute of your life. Strikes midnight. Teddy, I imagine you start. Archie, you start your incantation. Give me a spot hidden, Roy.
Yeah. Last thing Roy would do with the others is he'd say, if y'all see it, and I don't, start saying the chant a lot louder, okay? And look in the direction of it, okay?
So
I'll pick up on the clues.
Okay.
Roy, give me a spot hidden. Teddy, give me. I think we already determined that you would be best, right? You rolled last time. Okay, you're muted, but I assumed you said yeah.
Yes, from being able to draw the sigil.
Yeah. Okay, so we won't have to roll there.
Got a 10 out of 46.
Lewis, yeah, that's a hard success. Nice, I like it. Lewis, give me a Dex roll. And Archie, give me a Power or a Constitution roll, whichever one's going to be better for you.
94 versus 40 failure on my dex.
You do have, there is a reroll in chat from Cranky. I will say, damn, nice, Archie. I will say this to anybody watching. You can use your channel points to give them a D4, but in this system it'll be a D10, or you can give them a reroll. So, Lewis, you're the only one that failed this initial check, so you do have a reroll. And We Suck Podcast. Who the hell is that guy?
Who's that?
We got a reroll. And Sticks and Stones, thanks for being with us tonight, Sticks and Stones. Appreciate it. He gave a D10. So there are 2 rerolls out there and a D10. Lewis,
Okay.
what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to re-roll because I don't want to die right
Okay.
off the bat. So
All right.
let's give this a shot. Ooh. Oh no! A 90 versus 40 failure.
Wow.
All right.
Aye.
So I'm going to say you cannot use the other reroll because we've already failed
No.
here. But you
I don't think
can
there's anything I can do.
you can push, meaning you
Uh.
roll again, but if you fail again, something drastically bad is going to happen, worse than just a failure. And that's a whole lot of luck points that you could spend
Yeah.
to get you there.
Okay, so how does it work again? My luck isn't showing. Let's see.
Yeah, what was up with that? You have to go to edit.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you go
okay.
to edit for whatever.
There's a good
Um,
chance you don't have that much luck.
Yeah.
No, I have a 40. So
Okay.
That's at least
so-
50 luck you have to spend.
What your dex
I-
roll is for is to time the throwing of the powder into the fire at the right time. So, some things you just got to live with. This is Call of Cthulhu, everyone.
yeah.
I mean, outside, not DM speaking, it's hard for me to say no and then watch people fail. Like, I want you to succeed, so it's hard for me to go like, well, there's nothing you can do. But that's where we're at. So, okay, so you start, Teddy, you start drawing the circle. You get it. It's pretty solid. Archie, you are like, this Latin is just rolling off of your tongue. You're like, you're in it. You're in a zone. You're feeling it. Roy, you got a pretty good lookout, ears out, watching for anything. Lewis, your mind keeps going back to this stopwatch, and for a second there, you thought you saw it start ticking, and it kind of like catches your attention for a little bit, and you almost break away from Archie's incantations, and you go into this other place in your head for a little bit, and you kind of lose track of where you are in the setting, in the time of this ritual. But other than that, 20 minutes goes by pretty successfully. You're feeling good. And I'll say at that, Teddy, your drawing is done. So you can get into reciting or doing another task if you'd like. I'll let you decide here.
So we've already missed the timing on the dust. So there's nothing I can do to
For the-
assist there.
For the throwing in, it hasn't come up in the ritual yet. You're not to that point in the ritual yet where the dust needs to burn.
I guess then, do we have enough dust to make 2 attempts?
Give me a luck roll. We'll see if you can split it.
Now you know. This
Now-
is where Teddy shines.
Yeah, that's a success. Yeah, you're able to divvy out the 2 piles of dust. And at about the 30-minute mark is when that dust needs to hit the fire. Okay, so you have about 10 minutes.
Okay, well, then
Um,
I will back up dust
yeah.
as well.
You
try and
kinda-
make sure that I'm timed.
Yeah, and you see Lewis, as you go over there to divvy out this dust, you see him kind of like spacing off, like uncharacteristically and super bad timing.
I'll kind of, while still chanting, doing my part to try and uphold the chant, I'll kind of snap my fingers in front of his face.
And I'll still like say this between the chants, like, I'm sorry. It's this is absolutely crazy. I'm here.
And as you start snapping him out, almost in rhythm with your snaps, you hear some scraping up above you and the shuffling of heavy feet, kind of a scratch and then a thud. Scratch like nails dragging on the floorboards above you, and then a thud of the heel. And boom, again, and just coming around, almost circling around all of you, above you. And you can see little creaks in the floorboard. Some dust start to fall down. And at
Roy's
that...
going to take off his bandana.
Okay.
So I can look in both eyes.
I'm gonna make eye contact with Lewis, seeing as he's been kind of out of it, and do the, look me in the eye. Don't quit worrying about that. Eyes on the prize. Like,
Okay. And as you kind of like focus everybody up, Roy's getting super intense, tucks his bandana into his pocket. The walls start to shake and rattle, and stuff starts to fall off the walls, and you hear this awful howling coming out from above you, interspersed with grunts, and then you hear some foul cursing in a language you don't understand in this guttural voice. And as that guttural voice comes out, the walls start to almost bellow, and stuff starts to fall down. I need everybody to give me a sanity roll.
Okay.
of course you do.
Of course, because we need some more failure in our life. The wind. Oh, damn. You guys are the worst. All right, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so as this is happening, you can literally see the walls of this house start to almost like it's breathing, like a chest being compressed and expanding, and the howling and the guttural sounds coming down and just pelting, like almost raindrops coming down and pelting on top of you. Teddy, all of you, Archie, you are so like just focused on the paper. You're telling yourself, focus on the paper, read the Latin, go, it's almost like an old study habit of yours. Roy, now as you got both eyes open and focused, you see Teddy start to take off his hat and start to crumple it in his chest. And in one hand, he's got that powder, and he's kind of crumpling that as well. And you see his mouth stop moving. You are going to take some sanity damage here. You take 3 points of sanity loss, and you crunch your hat, and you begin to crunch that powder in your hand, almost reflexively, and it's not going to like you're not ready to throw it at this point.
Keep your wits about you, Teddy.
Come on, Teddy. I like snap back at him. Like,
Okay.
Teddy.
And Teddy, you kind of get back into it. You release a little bit, pull your hat back down. You get back into it. I need everybody to give me a luck roll at this point. As you look up, and in those floorboards that were open, you see puddles of ooze start to collect, bubble, and are now falling to the ground. So I need everybody to give me luck rolls.
2 versus 40 extreme.
Wow. All right.
Ooh.
Just as you
4 versus 59.
So that's 3 of you passed. Roy, you did not. So Roy, as you're like focused on Teddy,
I have a D10.
there is a D10 out there, and there is a reroll.
I'll roll the D10 because the audience has given it to us. So let's see. Audience, do you believe in this D10? No, you shouldn't have. It's a 1.
So,
Oh boy.
you are going to take 1 point of damage as this bubble of acid starts. It's pooling like a big water drip and just breaks away. And all 3 of you are seeing seeing Roy focus on Teddy, and you're seeing this just like the Nickelodeon game show, this green just kind of fill up and cover you in this acidic slime that is now kind of burning and singeing your skin. But you only take 1 point of damage.
Shit. Oh, frick.
And after that goes quiet, the walls stop bellowing. You stop hearing the shuffling upstairs. The wind and the rain sort of die down, you think. But you get back into the rhythmic chanting. Is it so Archie and Teddy? You're chanting. And at this point, it's time to throw the powder in the fire. Lewis, you see Archie making his way closer, and you kind of like, oh yeah, okay, it's time. You snap back into it, and you guys throw it in, and it kind of crackles. Some of it, like you could see, like little vapor trails coming out as sparks fly out. Some hit into the center of the pentagram that you have written or drawn on the floor, and then the smoke goes through the chimney and exits out. Now it's time for everybody to join in the chanting if you'd like. Roy, are you still looking out?
Yeah, Roy is still looking out.
Okay.
He's keeping watch for everybody.
All right, give me a listen check.
Okay.
And then the other 3 can give me listen checks, but it will be at an extreme success.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a 71 out of 35.
Nope, failed with an extreme. 52 versus 13.
Ooh. Not good at listening today.
No one's even close.
There is 1 reroll in the chat. If Roy, yours is at a normal, so
Yeah. Do we want to use it or we want to save it for something else?
I would save it,
I'm gonna
honestly.
save it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's save it.
okay. So as you're all just kind of focusing in on this chant, you're probably 45 minutes in at this point. Coming up to the window. Let me get there. Kind of busting into the window and just slapping it. You see raindrops coming down, but you see 2 palms hit the window. And then you see a face come in, and all of you turn instinctively and look, and you see a gaunt, drained Maggie McFurter standing and staring at you. Come out. She's speaking to you. Come out. And I need everybody to give me another sanity roll.
Why? Why?
What was that? I'm used to this. No.
Oh, there we go.
I have
Wait.
resistance to corpses, don't I?
Hard success for Lewis.
This is more than just a corpse, Roy, I would argue.
Yeah, I made one.
It's the same thing.
So Lewis,
Accidentally rolled at an extreme level.
Okay. So you would have passed, right? Because your sanity is higher than 10. You rolled a 10. So we'll call it a success.
Gosh, you only have 33.
Oh, so that's all of you succeeded. So you all lose 1 point of sanity.
Okay.
And you, let's see. Those of you that are chanting, give me a luck roll. So everybody but Roy, give me a luck roll.
Oh, okay. Failure. 87 versus 40.
Archie had a 27 out of 50. Teddy, you gave me one. Oh, there it is. 49 out of 81. Lewis, you stop chanting at this. You see Maggie McFurter, and since you're closest to that window, you stop chanting and you just kind of freeze for a moment, and your knees lock up tight, and you almost like you can see yourself start to sway a little bit, like you're losing blood pressure down there. You know, you're just locked in, looking. But you stop chanting for sure, and there is an audible change in the chant that is happening. But
as soon as I see him stop chanting or notice that he isn't chanting, I'm going to impose myself between him and the window.
okay,
And again, do the fingers to eyes and, point back down at the paper, like as I continue to chant to try and get him to look at me and not what's going on outside.
okay. Yeah, you're able to do that. And as he like physically moves you, you again snap back into it and you start getting back in the rhythmic chanting. Teddy, out of the corner of your eye, you can see Maggie McFurter just like streak her hands across the glass, moving towards that door. And as your eyes watch, you see her leave the window, but your eyes still pan. And as you get to the door, you just hear boom, boom, boom. And Maggie McFurter is there at the door, trying to break it down. It is disruptive to the scene that is taking place inside, and it's just banging on the door over and over again. Please let me in, please. It's me, Maggie McFurter. Let me in. And in between each of her statements, just clanging and banging on that door.
I'm afraid, Maggie, that this house don't belong to you. Please vacate the property.
You,
Roy says, no, not an inch of humor in his voice, though.
you have what I need. Let me in. Give me my life back. Give it to me.
I fear that I am not the one who has your life, nor am I the one who took it. And Roy's done conversing with this woman at the moment. So he is aware of the door. He's going to back up a little bit.
Okay.
And he's going to keep an eye on it. Unbutton his pants and just keep ready.
Okay. And as you move away, it's just the banging continues, and you start to see some give in the door itself. It's starting to swell forward with every new hit on there, and you can start to see the hinges start to rattle, and you can actually see one of the screws in the hinge start to unwind itself in both of the hinges, the upper and the lower. You see the brace that is in front of it start to swell and begin to start to crack a little bit. Not a whole lot of time is left with this door, and this banging just continues. And as you move over and closer into the front of the fire, you hear a scratching and a skittering around that lower left corner of the house outside, but definitely a scratching and a skittering going on.
Guys, really quick, sorry. Can we block the door, please? We could barricade it, right?
Okay.
And with that, Archie or Lewis, you stop your incantation to bring up this idea. Again, the incantation continues with the other two, but every time one person drops out, the time extends.
Back to incantation.
I'm incantationing. I'm still reciting.
Yes, yeah, you're good. You've been steady the whole time, and you're kind of the constant, and other people are dropping in and out. Keeping it, I would say so far we have an average of 2 people giving this incantation, kind of reducing the overall time. But every time somebody steps out, it bumps up a little bit.
Roy will glance back to everybody. He'll gesture, cup their ears, reach into his pocket, swirl it once, place a double-barreled shotgun against the frame of the door. And when he hears a boom against it, he's going to fire straight through the door into the woman.
All right. Give me an attack roll on that.
Okay.
And what kind of shotgun do you have?
Ooh, that's an 88.
There is a reroll, I believe.
Well, that's fine. I'm going to shoot the second barrel of the shotgun.
Okay. There you go.
That's a 45.
All right. And what kind of shotgun was this?
This is a double barrel. I believe it is a 10 gauge. Yep.
Ooh.
So here's the damage.
Okay. This is the first time I've... So in my book, it says a 10 gauge double barrel is 4d6 plus 2.
Yep. So rolling.
No, I would believe that is if both that's if both barrels hit. So it's going to be 2d6 plus 1.
That's a 1 barrel. Because you can fire it twice for both. For that twice.
But the first one missed.
Yeah, the second one is only the 4d6 plus 2.
A lot.
Yeah, but it's a shotgun. It kills people in one shot.
You hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's
up to its branding.
He's hoping. This is what I mean by Roy's got 13 hit points. 1 barrel of a shotgun will put him down for good.
She has zombie Maggie McFurter has a 0 dodge. So what was the overall damage? Was 13?
Yes.
Yeah, so almost comically, Evil Dead style. This shotgun blows a hole through this door, and you see Maggie McFurter's kind of torso, a hole blown in it, and she just kind of sloughs off to the side, and that banging stops. But as that happens, behind you, in the open window that is there, that zombie raccoon shows itself. Fucking zombie raccoons, man. Gets up in the windowsill and is kind of arches its back up, and it's got ribs pulled out that are just kind of flailing out. It's got eyes that are poked in and it's looking at you right next to you. Lewis, everybody give me another sanity roll as you see a zombie reanimated raccoon. This shouldn't be a thing in life, but it is.
Extreme success. Woo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Best.
Okay.
It's not the woman who's undead that gets me. It's the wild animal.
The wild animal.
Well,
Yeah, so
the wild animal's getting in, it looks like.
hard success for Roy. Nice. Ooh, this one's a tough one. So if you failed, you take 1 point of sanity. And if you succeeded, you're going to take 5 points of sanity. Lose 5 points of sanity. So that would be Teddy and Archie, I believe, are going to lose 5 points of sanity. And I think that's going to enact.
Wait, we failed though.
You
Sorry,
failed. Yeah.
You had it reversed.
failing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you passed, it's 1 point. If you failed, it's 5.
Sorry. Yeah, I said failed.
Not panicking does not make you lose more sanity.
My bad.
Like,
So
wait a minute.
if you succeeded, you lose 1. If you failed, you lose 5. And I'm going to say, Teddy, you gain a phobia to fire. And Archie, you gain the same phobia. Both of you are like, look over to that raccoon and you catch the fire, and it's kind of like invading your head, and you now are moving away from that fire. I'm going to say you have to move away from that fire as your involuntary action. And you can add those to your phobias in your character sheet. But both of you gain this phobia to the fire, and you almost have to turn your back and move away from the fire itself. And this zombie raccoon is still up there, and it's like kind of swiping at you, Lewis, as you're the closest one to it, but not entering the room at all. It's just kind of swiping. And it's every time you like catch a glance at it, it makes your skin crawl, and you're seeing like just one rib is just barely hanging on, flopping back and forth, and it's just swiping at you constantly.
While doing the incantation, can I reach in the fire and maybe pull out something like a half on fire piece of wood and swing it at the raccoon?
Yeah. Give me another luck roll. I like the way the luck mechanic works here. It's a good kind of like DM out. Either you do or you don't. There is one that is there that maybe you could grab, but that fire has kind of burnt close to the edge where you couldn't get a whole handhold on it. I mean, there are things in here other things that you've kind of pushed up to the wall that you could easily, like, you could throw the sleeping bag over it. There are things around there.
Yeah, I'm just going to start whatever's closest, because I'm going to maybe panic a little bit here and I'll grab that sleeping bag.
Okay. I will say this, though. During Archie's and Teddy's phobia, you stopped chanting and you turned. So, Lewis, you were the only one. It's very monotone, you reading and kind of messing up a word every now and then, and you don't have Lewis there to kind of backfill some of those Latin phrases that you haven't had enough time to practice. So if you stop reading, we're kind of bad news here. So that might color your decision there.
Yeah, I'm going to focus on getting them back into shape then. I'm going to just run around to each of them and just be like, do this, like, let's go,
Okay.
We got this. So, over here.
Freaking out.
And then, I don't know if there's like a roll I need to make to try to get them back.
No, just your presence over there kind of, and them seeing you kind of snaps it to it. They do keep their backs to you, which is, you would find odd, like, what the hell are you doing? But as you're moving around, you're still reading and trying to like multitask, and again, skipping some of those words. But Archie and Teddy, you do get back into the fold as you make eye contact with Lewis. And as you kind of get back into the fold, that fire picks up. The outside wind and rain start to pick up. That raccoon is still up there, just almost mocking you now. You swear it's laughing at you occasionally in between swipes, just sitting on that windowsill.
Can I cover the window with the sleeping bag?
It would take like some nails and more than just simply just throwing it up over there. There's no hooks or anything, but you could try to drape it over that raccoon. There does seem to be the ward in effect that is not allowing this raccoon to come in. Like, you can see it kind of reaches and almost like hits an imaginary, like, invisible kind of barrier. But it is there and it is distracting.
Or am I no longer chanting then?
No, you get back into it after Lewis came over and
Still okay.
but your back is to the
Alright,
fire.
got
You
it.
are facing into that front room.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything to.
I'm curious. Do we still hear like the crawling? Because from what I understand, we shot the woman in half. But like, is this zombie like still like like crawling at the door?
You don't hear anything out that side. The raccoon seems to be taking all of the attention.
Okay, Roy's gonna keep an eye out on that because he does not know. Like, again, shotguns are great for killing people. That's not a people anymore.
Oh, I forgot to read this note under zombies. They do not dodge.
Oh,
They just actively head towards.
lovely.
I have that knife. I mean, I can try to take a stab at it.
Just let it be there. Just trying to distract you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the incantation then. Just
'Kay,
push
all right.
forward.
All right. It's distracting the raccoon there, but you all kind of seem to focus up a little bit. You get into an hour plus here into the ritual, and you seem like you're getting towards the end, right? The brown powder that you threw in the fire begins to, the crackling that it was created during this whole ritual started to die down. There are some pops. It's like the last bit of a microwave popcorn every occasionally. Now and then you get a pop in there shooting a spark out towards you. A wisp of oily smoke starts to kind of curl almost tornado-like at the top of the ceiling in that same spot where that big globule fell on Roy. Starts to curl up and starts to tornado down and getting closer towards, it comes straight down, but then at a certain point it just turns almost 90 degree and starts to fill into the center of that sigil that you put in the middle of the floor.
So this wisp is coming down.
Yeah, and it's moving. It comes down about a foot and then it turns and starts to funnel towards the very center, dead center of the...
Okay. Roy's
of
going to keep
the
the
funnel.
air circulating so that like we can like see any movements or anything
Okay.
that looks weird.
Okay.
And he's going to get the silvery powder. And like Roy's thinking in the back of his mind, okay, everybody, keep your wits. And I'm going to throw the powder at this thing.
Okay. As it funnels down and the tip of that funnel cloud touches down in the center of that sigil, that raccoon that was up there so agitated on the ceiling just kind of flops down, and it's now like rested on the windowsill, to an arm and a leg on the inside, seeming as soon as it touched down, it took life from there. You hear another thud outside towards the north of the house.
What in the heck was that?
Are you throwing the powder right now?
Actually, Roy thinks about it. He's going to stop. He's going to hold it. Actually,
Okay.
he remembers distinctly the last time that this powder was thrown on this thing. They saw what it looked like. Everybody lost their cool. Roy's holding it ready. If this thing starts to break out, he's going to throw it because he doesn't want to lose track of it. But it looks like it's contained.
Okay. It touches down in the center of that sigil and kind of fans out, and it hits the rim or the edge of that circle that Teddy drew, and then starts to billow back up. And in its form, you see a younger version of Rupert Merriweather start to form within this shadows and smoke that is in the center of this pentagram. And you see him as a very young man, kind of wearing the same robes that you are. And he pulls his robe back, and he kind of puts his hand out towards Teddy and Archie in one corner. And then he turns over to Roy, puts his hand out almost like taking my hand, and he turns over to Lewis on the other side of the room with his hand out, palm up. And he says to each and every one of you, take my hand, boys. Come, join me. I need help. You can bring me back and save me. And he continues to like move around the circle and bringing his hand up and palm up towards you. I need everybody to give me a psychology roll. Oh boy, the temptation.
Success.
Roy doesn't trust this one bit, but I guess I'll roll psychology.
Wow.
Okay. I rolled a 2 out of 10.
Wow,
Success.
nice. Holy shit. Who we missing? We're just missing Teddy in there. Oh, Teddy. Oh, poor Teddy. I do need all of you to give me a sanity roll, though, as you do see this younger version, and it's very lifelike. I know I'm describing it in a swirl of smoke, but it's almost like tangible Mr. Merriweather. Oh, shit. The rolls are not with you tonight. Last game, I couldn't buy a failure.
Oh.
But tonight, you all
I
failed.
got an 83 out of 82.
I got that crit fail.
You cannot use luck on sanity rolls. I remember that.
Do we have any dice?
I didn't say it, so I would let you do it, but I would say sanity rolls are kind of free of any help. But if the chat wants to come in at this critical point, I'll do it. But moving forward, sanity rolls are kind of off the table because they are such a big time. Holy cow, guys, this is going to hurt a little bit.
No.
Come on, guys.
Shit.
No.
You all take 8 points of sanity. Oh shit, this is.
I don't take double for crit fail, do I?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
wait. I don't.
Matter.
Did all
Does it
three?
matter if I like hard succeeded the psychology roll, or does that do anything?
Okay, yeah, so I should go back. Let me go back. So the psychology roll was to see if you see through the disguise. So you know it's not Mr. Merriweather. Teddy, you think this is Mr. Merriweather. And I guess that goes to, it plays in hand with your critical failure, is you are actually going to walk towards him. And it's almost, you're having this competing kind of battle inside of your body, and you are walking towards him, and you break that sigil. And as you do that, the fire dies behind you. All the smoke falls down, and Rupert Merriweather disappears in front of you. You all gain.
I am going to use one of the chat's dice.
I think there is one reroll in there. We used the D10.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to use the one. Yeah, I'm going to use the one reroll then. Okay. Let's see if I roll a crit fail. Actually worse. 95
all
out of
right.
82. Okay.
So, looking at my notes, I need to make sure I'm doing this right. So you all had involuntary actions, and I think at this point we all stop the incantation. You all stop what you're doing. Teddy, you are going to move into the circle. I need everybody to give me an idea roll, which I think goes to your intelligence. So I need everybody to give me an idea roll. And you're looking to fail this. That means you're just dumb enough to not have this stuff affect your mind. So give me an idea roll, which I believe is your intelligence.
Ah.
So Lewis fails.
Fuck my life.
Two of you rolled twos. So Lewis, you are the only one that fails. Nothing else happens to you. You're fine,
My life. Sorry.
Lewis. Everybody else, you gain a temporary insanity. Roy, you have a bout of kleptomania. You want to start pocketing everything in this house and start to put it in your pouch, on your person and take. Archie.
Oh, wait. How much of my max sanity do I need to lose to get that?
Anytime you lose 5 or more in one roll,
Okay.
you do the idea roll, and if you fail that, nothing happens. If you succeed that, you gain a temporary insanity. And so you have this temporary insanity of wanting to gather items in here and put them in your pouch. Archie, you have, where was it? I just saw it. Agathomania, which is kindness. You have pathological kindness. You are wanting to be so kind to everybody around you.
Cool.
And
all right.
Teddy,
Give everyone a big hug.
you have Clasomania. You just start shouting at the top of your lungs in the middle of this quiet house. Now that you've entered this circle and the smoke dies, the chanting has stopped, but you're still shouting, and you're shouting at Rupert Merriweather, although he is not there anymore. And at this point, the chanting has stopped. The ritual has ended. I'm scared for you guys. I'm serious.
Is it? I mean, is the ritual over? Like, or do I still have a chance to continue with the incantations?
Yeah, can we keep up with the...
Because I didn't fail any of the
Yeah.
other stuff?
1 second. I have to find it.
This is how Call of Cthulhu normally.
This is
ends,
how it
y'all.
does. Ooh.
This is canonical.
Oof.
This ethereal claw comes up to your face, Teddy, as you're entering the circle, and it grabs you right in the face, and it just squeezes and pulls tight. This could be it, dude. It doesn't 1d8 plus a 1d6.
Well, if you max rolls, I'm dead.
That's 12.
Ooh, that's really close.
12 points is that more than half of your...
It is definitely more than half. I only have 14 hit points.
Okay, so you have a major wound, which means you're going to need some help. And at this point, let's go ahead and do what we call initiative in the biz. So I don't know if there's this is our first initiative here. I don't know if there's an initiative button, but I know it's your dex, and that's what we kind of said we were going to do. So let's go.
Called turn tracker. I don't know. Under combat attributes. I'm gonna
Maybe
click
that's
and
it.
see what happens.
You do have to click your token. So if you highlight your token and then hit the turn tracker, I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, I'm at 40, I guess.
But you do have to select your token.
Oh.
So yeah, see, so it added Teddy to the list there. There
it just puts down whatever your the cap is. So if we're not rolling initiative, it's just static dexterity. That's right.
Yep.
So how do you activate the turn order?
You gotta
You
click
just
your
click the turn tracker under the combat tab.
Or under combat?
90. I'm gonna die. Boys, get ready for some TNT.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, let me go. We want descending. Okay. That brings us to Corduroy. You do not see anything in front of you. You see Teddy's face crumple in front of him.
What about the dust in the air? Do I see a disturbance in it?
Okay, so the flower that is there in the air, you see it kind of hit the shoulders of this, but immediately slough off, and it disappears again. It doesn't have like a sticking powder that maybe the other powder would have. The silver powder.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to like seeing movements through the wind, something like that.
Yeah, it's still. It'll kind of hit this and then just fall down. You can see, you get a good idea there's something there, and an even better idea because of the powder that's in the air, but it doesn't give you a definitive outline of this thing.
Roy's going to run forward and he's going to throw that dust.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
I mean, we all would have failed the sanity check presumably, but
yeah, this thing's got some monster sanity checks, but like Teddy said, this is Call of Cthulhu. I'm trying to get to the powder information.
So I failed by 1.
To be perfectly honest, this has gone much better than I expected at this juncture. So.
And I think that's because I'm too nice. Substance. Okay, it takes your action to throw or blow it onto the monster. You don't have to roll or anything, but you have to be within a few feet of it. I think you would know that just with powder in the push it would have. So yeah, you get close to it, and you're kind of like cornered with Teddy, and you throw it in its face, and you see this creature. It's got an elongated, extended kind of maw that comes out, and it's got tentacles and writhing claws that are just all the way out of its body everywhere. Has two huge, very long arms, and one is just getting and just releasing Teddy's face. Very tall. It's like 8 feet tall, standing there in front of you. And everybody can see it now.
Roy is going to reach to his side, and he's going to take his tonfa, plated in steel, and he's going to hold it at like a guard as he moves over to Teddy.
Okay.
Everybody, if the ritual is broken, get him out of here.
So that would be your turn. It is now the Lurker in the attic's turn. Let's see here. It has one hand here. It's going to reach out in another hand into your face and attempt to grab you. So you can give me a dodge roll, or you can attack back.
I am going to dodge.
So let me read through this. I was reading up on combat before. My handy dandy screen here. So you can dodge, you can fight back. You could do either of those. So if I win, you take damage. If we draw, you win. The defender wins on a draw. If we both fail the roll, nothing happens. If you fight back, the highest level wins and does damage. If it's a draw, the initiator wins. If we both fail, nothing happens.
Okay.
So I am going... You're dodging?
Yeah.
Ooh, shoot. So I failed. I rolled an 82, trying to get to a 40.
And Roy, do I have to roll?
Yeah, you still have to roll. I think we'll just do it for in case you get that the bad one.
Okay, a crit success, 4 out of 80.
Yeah, so it reaches out for you, and you're able to just kind of like shoot your butt to the back, and you sit down in that chair right behind you, and it's out of reach because it's still wanting to be close to Teddy.
As part of the extreme success, can I draw its attention towards me and away from the other two?
Yeah, what would you do there?
I'm basically... Roy is holding up his tonfa, and like the thing lashes out with his teeth and gnashes into the steel of the tonfa. There's that crashing sound of metal on metal almost. And Roy backs away. Arm sweeps out, nearly catching him, and Roy's basically going to try to keep dodging just shallow enough to keep this thing like, oh, I almost have you.
All right. Yeah, with the hand that it missed you with, it takes its other one and kind of elbows Teddy to the side, and it is now like lurching towards you. We did forget something, or not we, I don't want to say them. It's me. I'm the keeper here. It's my fault. With all that damage that Teddy took, he was supposed to give me a con roll, and he falls prone because he suffered a major wound. He passed his constitution roll, so 42 out of 70. So he does not fall unconscious. You're just now on your knees suffering at the feet of this lurker from the attic. But you are on your knees. That's the lurker's move. I think he elbowed Teddy out of the way and is now going towards Roy, towards the back door. That leads us to Archie. Archie, what would you like to do?
Well, if I'm still afflicted with this temporary insanity that makes me kind to everyone,
yes, you are.
I'm going to be looking at the impending doom of my dear friend Roy, and I'm going to run up and try and put myself between the lurker and Roy, and say, no, Roy, no, and just try and like get between him and the lurker.
Okay. Do you mean Roy or do you mean Teddy? Teddy's the one that got mauled by this thing. Roy has distracted it. And Teddy,
I guess.
Teddy is the one here, and he's kind of on the ground in a compromising position. So I think
Currently with half of
Oh, that
face.
would.
if you were playing
That
to your
would- I-
phobia,
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll go to Teddy then, and try and. Is there some way, like something I could roll in order to try and tend to his wounds? I don't really have supplies to do that, but
let's see.
can I at least help him up?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you could definitely help him up and move him back if you'd like.
Yeah.
And
Let's
if
do
and
that.
if Teddy's into that.
What are the detriments of having a major wound?
You have to get. You have to actually get medical help as fast as you can. A simple first aid check will not work on you. You have to get something more than that.
Yeah, and your healing is slowed, so
Yeah.
you're not going to get back on your feet anytime soon.
I'm gonna shake off the assistance.
Okay. So,
I'm not much for this world at this juncture.
in
Backing me away from this thing's not gonna help much.
in
so.
Lewis's attempt to get you up, he gets you up on your feet, or in Archie's attempt, sorry, get you up on your feet, and Teddy kind of shrugs you off. Archie, you can do something else if you'd like. I'll give you another action here.
If I'm being shrugged off, I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna then see that the lurker is rushing toward Roy, and seeing that my help has been declined, I'm gonna go try and shove myself between Roy and the lurker.
Okay.
Roy, no!
Okay. Yeah, you kind of move past Teddy at that point and get in between Roy and the lurker. I'll move you over there.
I have my bare fists. I have no weapons. I'm just trying to be a human shield.
Yeah, I think you can
Yes.
brawl if you'd like.
For what it's worth. Sure. Yeah. Let's try it.
Yes, you go to combat. You could throw a punch. You have 0 skill in it. I don't know
Okay.
if that's true or not.
So do I just?
What is your brawl?
It is true. Let's see. Brawl.
It's
Sorry,
25.
I gotta
Yeah,
try and find it.
it's under fighting skills.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a weak punch there. You could try,
So-
definitely. Teddy and the
So
lurkers.
do I click brawl?
Yeah,
Is that-
click brawl. See what happens.
Okay. All right. Click. No.
Yeah, you're just kind of
expected.
flailing, and yeah, you don't get much there. That brings us to Teddy. Your turn. What would you like to do?
In my screaming insanity here, I'm gonna direct my yell at Roy to get them out of here, and then I'm going to attempt to I guess grapple this thing in the
Shit.
process of bleeding out to see
Okay.
if I can at least slow it down
Okay.
so that they can
I-
get out, because
I see you doing that, and I just shout, "That thing is all teeth and muscle! Use a fucking grenade or dynamite or something!"
Ooh, Lewis, where you at? So this.
Yeah, I'm in. Just everyone, just try to get out of here, please. I'm gonna, and I just start like pulling it out, not really knowing what I'm doing with it, but I have like the matches and the dynamite ready.
Get out of here, Teddy. I can't leave until you do. It's my job to do this.
Okay, so I believe you want to do a maneuver, Teddy. This grapple would be a maneuver. So we have to compare builds first. His build is 2. What is your build? It should be on your sheet somewhere.
my build is 1.
Okay, so you get 1 penalty die to yours because he is bigger. So he is going to dodge because I think Roy made a convincing enough case for him to attack Roy, and he kind of squished your face enough already. So he's going to dodge. So you'll do what would that be under?
Figure it would be a brawl, probably.
A brawl or strength? Straight strength?
You tell me.
Yeah, let's go strength. So you have 1 penalty die, and you're giving me a strength roll. This might be my D&D 5e speaking, but
So
it could be Brawl.
What's it mean by a penalty die? I got to roll a d10 and subtract it from whatever I.
Yeah, so your tens, your singles dice stays the same, but you roll 2 tens dice and you take the lower.
Okay.
So he failed his dodge. So you succeeded on the first, so you're going to roll just a d10, so the 2 will stay. So it goes to 92 is what would happen there. So you both fail. So let me talk through this. Both fail. No damage is inflicted. You kind of like grab through him and slide down, and don't get any good grip on him. There are too many tentacles and other little hands and arms that are just kind of pushing you away and pushing you down. That even though he failed his dodge, you don't get a grab of him.
All right. I'll yell out again. Get out of here. Do not wait for me. I am not going to make it.
And yeah, you are yelling this, and your face is kind of like you got the Popeye thing going. You know, half of your mouth is closed, and the words are coming out of one side of you. And that leads us to Lewis.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Roy, Roy, this is gonna seem a little crazy. Just take Teddy, take Archie, get out of here. I'm gonna be right behind you.
Everybody, the hero.
Okay.
Go. And then I'm just, before anyone can think of anything, I'm just gonna try to light that stick of dynamite.
Okay. I like this a great deal.
I assume everyone's probably trying to run.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I think
go ahead.
Go ahead, Roy. Go ahead, Roy.
So I guess it's Roy's turn up next. So Roy's going to look at Lewis or Archie. Wait, who's throwing the dynamite? Lewis has got the dynamite. Archie's the one who's trying to help me out.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm right in front of you.
Okay. So with dynamite, the first turn, it takes 2 turns to kind of do its thing. The first one is you lighting it.
No. Okay.
The second turn is it's magic.
Lewis, you want to be my friend? I mean, not Lewis. Archie, you want to help me out? Want to be my friend?
Bet. What do you need?
We're grabbing Teddy and running.
So
Okay.
before we get too far, Lewis, you still want to do the dynamite?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do I need to roll here?
You don't have to do anything to do that.
Okay.
You just
like
you
mentioned.
yeah. I mean, if I was a real asshole, I'd make you roll luck to make sure your matches work. But I think it's going to work. And then, well, actually, you need to give me a dynamite roll.
A dynamite roll?
Is that a
The
thing?
dynamite roll.
I spoke before I thought.
Is that a thing?
Because there is a chance that it malfunctions.
So
There is an explosive
Yes,
skill,
yes,
which you probably don't have.
you might have to go back to your skills page. Sorry, I'm navigating for you.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't
That was-
think there's
yeah.
a dynamite skill.
Is there?
Like it's throwing it.
Yeah, it's
No, I
like,
think it's throw.
Dynamite skill is
It is
more
throw.
for like controlled demolition.
Yeah, it is throw, and you have a 20.
it's not great.
So we're just looking for a malfunction. I mean, you are in such close proximity. I just want to make sure it doesn't malfunction. So give me a dynamite or a throw roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Skill.
Don't need to pass. You just don't need to.
Yeah, you just
can't
don't want to get a
fail.
99.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh shit!
Hey, there you go. Look at you.
Nice.
Look at you, Lewis. Okay, so that leads us to Roy. You now have Archie in front of you. Teddy is screaming, "Get out!" Lewis is screaming, "Get out!"
Roy is going to go over here, and I am going to get ready. Like I'm still ready to block the lurker, like ready to guard against it. However, I'm going to get ready for when Archie is ready to grab Teddy and then start bolting out that door right there. And I'm looking at him like, Teddy, you're coming with me, or you're going to drag us all down. Your choice.
Okay, so yeah, you're now in place to get him and go.
Mm-hmm.
It is the lurker's turn.
Oh gosh.
He sees you come across his face, Roy, and he's going to take another shot at you. You can dodge or you can fight back.
Oh, I'm dodging.
Okay, so his fight So he had a regular success. You had a regular success. So that's a draw. Since you both regularly succeeded, it doesn't matter who got lower or higher there.
Dude, do not give him another D10. He needs a 1 to get a hard success.
The defender wins on a dodge. The defender wins. So he reaches out and tries to grab you and is unable to make any contact with you. That leads us to Archie.
How does it attack me? How, like, paint the picture, because that's the narrowest of misses.
So he has like these gigantic elongated claws that Teddy is very familiar with, and that is what it's doing most of its pushing around. There are many other little appendages around its torso, and it doesn't really have like 2 defined legs. It's almost like, you know, those baggy pants that you could wear, like women wear, you know, when they stand their legs together, it looks like a dress, but then they're actually 2 different legs. That's what it looks like. They're just these huge, thick trunks of legs that look like one solid mass. But as it took a step, you could see a little daylight in between, and this claw comes down and just swipes down your back, gets a little bit of your shirt, but misses nonetheless. And the whole time, all these little appendages are trying to grab you as well. Archie.
Since we're already trying to get in this position, I am going to try and start hoisting Teddy up by his shoulders. Like I'm going to grab his shoulders.
All right. So now Roy and Archie are underneath Teddy. That leads us to Teddy. the wheels are spinning. Lefty Lewis.
Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna live to make it to a hospital.
I mean, we can get you to a hospital. It takes time to bleed out. So.
Yeah.
Not much time, but
like we're like 30 minutes away from a hospital, and none of you know how to drive.
I have a driving skill if I don't blow myself up.
Yeah, Roy knows how to drive.
So somebody can give you a medicine check to stabilize you. It just takes you longer to gain hit points back.
Can't we make I think we can make it a first aid check to temporarily stabilize them until we get to a hospital?
Not if I've had a major wound.
Because it's a major wound, yeah that's not going to do anything. But I can...
If you get a major wound, you can still stabilize with temporarily stabilize with a first aid.
So,
but you need medicine to fully keep them alive.
Rules as written. First aid. To be effective, first aid must be delivered within 1 hour, in which case it grants 1 hit point recovery. It may be attempted once, with subsequent attempts constituting a push roll. 2 people can work together to administer first aid, with a success granted if either one rolls a success. An exception is allowed when treating a dying character, see dying below, wherein the best that can be achieved with first aid is to temporarily stabilize the patient. Yeah, so even with a first aid, you can be stabilized. It's just medicine gives you more hit point recovery. First aid gives you the 1. But you definitely need to have treatment once you're stabilized.
Well, I have a pretty decent medicine score, so if we want to go ahead and give that a shot.
We can't do it right now.
Yeah, I would say not right now.
Okay.
This thing has not.
We need to address this real quick.
Yeah. This lurker has not taken any damage, and so it is. Yeah, it's looking good. While Teddy is. He is bleeding profusely. Kind of now his face is covered in blood, and the top of his shirt is now gaining that same sort of blood. So, Teddy, what would you like to do?
I guess if they're helping me, I will attempt to leave with them.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That means I might not die then.
And we'll say they held all their movement for your turn, so all 3 of you can move your movement. I can say you'd get to about this chair in the other room if you go that way. You'd get just to the door, just outside of the door if you go the back way.
Yeah, I think we should go out this way right now and close the door behind us.
I'm helping out, so...
Okay.
I'm going wherever they lead. So.
All right. Oops, didn't want to do that. I think I can group all of you. There, you guys got it.
Sorry.
No, that's right. You got it. Yeah, so all of you make your way out the door. You just get to the door. Ooh, Lewis. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's see what happens. So the game plan is to lob that stick of dynamite and then make my way this way, I guess. Try to get behind this wall, but I don't know if I have that much movement. So we'll see how this works.
I mean, aim for the mouth. You got that 20.
Yeah, I did succeed. So let's see.
Yes, you did. Yeah, so you hit definitely, and I don't think. I mean, even a dodge roll, it's gonna be in the blast radius. So I'm gonna give you full damage here. So 4d10 is what you get a roll. But I think I'm thinking you're gonna be in the blast zone as well.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what my movement is in comparison.
Considering his throw strength, I'm pretty sure we determined last time that he could not throw it
that's
further
right.
than the blast radius.
Yeah. I just want to double check.
Because I think the distance you can throw is like half of your throw
Movement.
skill or something like that.
Yeah, so 10 feet or 10 yards. Strength divided by 5
That's
yards.
yeah.
So yeah, you really can't throw it. So you know that it's kind of sacrificial here.
Okay.
So which way do you want to do this? You narrate how you want to do it, and then we'll see what happens here.
Okay, so not trying to sacrifice myself. That's not the goal. I'm gonna lob it at the lurker as I make my way this way.
Okay.
Try to get away.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna try to throw it at center mass
Okay.
at the thing and hope for the best. It's already lit, right? That was what the roll
Yes. So it is
before?
going off this round.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying
so
to
I'm aiming for center mass.
your movement.
There's one thing that might keep you alive if you really care. You can't get out of the blast radius, but you can get behind a wall.
That's what I was thinking. Is if I was trying to look at your movement, I think you have enough.
I was right here prior.
Yeah. Or you could jump out the window behind you.
Yeah, you know what? That's the closest spot. It's probably where he'd want to go. And,
Okay.
and it's panicking. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do you want to roll the damage here?
Sure. Do I just
4d10. You can go over to the little side panel, the
Okay.
second one from the bottom, and then go over to the d10s and 4.
24.
Oh shit. So this, you throw it, and as you're kind of backing away, and you throw it, and it's going end over end, and you see the little sizzle of the fuse, and you get to the back, and you just kind of you get your feet over your head, and you kind of flop out backwards. Dead raccoon landing in your lap. You are outside, and this dynamite gets caught in the air by one of the little appendages as it's flipping over and over. It kind of grabs it, and it looks at it, and then all of a sudden just, and this whole room just reverberates in this blast radius. I'm going to say the three of you are outside. You make it out. That door splinters behind you. The windows shatter. You are covered in debris, Lewis, as some stuff is going to fall on you. You're going to take 1 point of damage as you kind of fall down and some stuff falls on you. And I'll say everybody takes 1 point of damage, putting Teddy down to 1, I think. That was pretty good. As the wood splinters and flies out towards you, you all take a point of damage. Everything is quiet. You see like literal holes in this farmhouse now, but you all are now on the ground and just kind of.
There's the sound of 2 shells sliding into a shotgun, and Roy goes back into the room real quick, aims the shotgun towards where the lurker was.
Okay.
Doesn't see anything.
As you kind of get up, dust yourself off, load your shotgun all in one swift movement, you don't even have to pop your head through the door. It's just like that whole frame has just been exploded. You just look directly at it, and you see the remnants of 2 of those large stumps of legs, and you see just bile and guts and arms and appendages everywhere throughout this room in this perfect circle. Nothing's moving.
I fire into both of the stumps.
Okay.
I take out
double tap.
a match and light this place on fire.
Yeah, there's enough paper and stuff at the
True FeatherFall tabletop.
Yeah,
style.
like we just burn shit down here. Yeah, so you come in, blow up both of those stumps. It kind of reduces it to a bloody ichor that is now just kind of seeping all over. There is no remnant of the sigil that you had laid out in the middle of the floor. This room does not look the same. It looks like some kind of bloody tornado came through. Walls are just splattered, whatever walls are left. It kind of like colors its way into that hallway, into the front room. The desk is covered. You do find a couple papers underneath that you're able to, and just a few drops of oil left to kind of get it moving in the lamp nearby. And you're able to get that desk in that corner just starting to burn and starting to go off. Lewis, what are you doing as you recover out of this?
I take 1 chair.
Okay, that's right. You do grab the chair on your way up.
I think I'm just gonna like hobble. I don't know if I'm not that injured, but I'm still gonna probably hobble my way back to the car. Like I just am completely shell shocked at the
Okay.
moment. So I'm making my way back to the car.
Making my way back. Yeah, so you're kind of like dusting yourself off, kind of picking bits of glass and debris and splinters of wood off of you, and you see the people, you see your group there. Kind of Archie helping Teddy move a little bit more. What is Archie and Teddy doing?
Well, so I assume that we eventually get to a safe distance away and can set Teddy down for a moment.
Okay.
Because I want to try that medicine check.
Okay. Yeah, let's get a medicine check.
I'd say Teddy's actions right now are bleeding out. Right?
Yeah. You need help.
Ooh.
Chat, we need you.
Oh.
Chat, we need you. Anybody can give. You can spend luck on this. It's only 10
Nice,
points.
anything.
So if chat does not come in, you would lose 10
I'll
points.
spend it.
Okay. Chat, shame on you. No, that's okay. We love you. No shame. Yeah, so you lose 10 points of luck, but you make this a success. You're able to kind of tie off any big... well, actually, you're only bleeding from the face, so you're able to just kind of put this gauze on the head and kind of stuff in any of the big claw marks that left a gaping wound that's causing most of the blood. You're able to shield it from his eyes. That was really probably the biggest thing, Teddy, is your eyes were just filling with blood every time you wiped it away. Archie's able to get bits of whatever he could find, bits of t-shirt, anything stuffed in there. Blood is, you have stopped bleeding, but you still hurt, but you are stabilized. Roy, what are you doing? I assume Teddy and Archie and Lewis have moved towards the car. Roy, are you heading there after your...
Yeah, Roy is going to
Pyromania?
head there. Roy's going to do a thing he does. He's going to go. He's basically going to go around a little bit, a short bit, and gather shells and whatnot. He's been a police officer. He knows what to take from a scene.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find your four
I
shells.
use my unlaw, my nega law skill.
Yeah. You all make it back in the car. Who is going to drive this thing? Teddy, you're kind of decommissioned, I would imagine.
I think I have a decent drive skill. Let me double
Okay.
check.
Most of you have the ability to drive from point A to point B. It's when we get into like car chases and stuff that the drive skill would come into play.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you've driven before, you can drive the car. I just, for sake of...
Okay, yeah, I'll drive.
Okay. Yeah, so you all kind of load in. You help Teddy get into the back seat, I would imagine. Get loaded in, sit down. Archie, I imagine you're back there still kind of tending to him, making sure that he is okay. and you all are leaving.
Yeah, going to the hospital.
Say so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna drive quickly to the hospital.
Okay. You all drive out of Ross's Corner. You know there's not a hospital in Ross's Corner. You know that Arkham has one. Maybe the same hospital, the teaching hospital that you last saw Rupert Merriweather. But you all leave in this dark hour of the night. You leave Ross's Corner, headlights kind of being fogged up and being cut by the rain that is coming down. As you drive through town, you do see that same hobo that you let escape, sitting on the bench outside of Ma Peter's store. And not enough time to see him and stop, but you do kind of catch a glance and recognize who that is, and you leave Ross's Corners, making your way to Arkham. And that is where we are going to stop for tonight, as we are at the end of The Edge of Darkness. Guys, oh my God. I thought with the initial grab of Teddy, it was going to be a bloodbath and you are all going to die. First, I thought you were going to get the ritual done. And then you all failed some rolls at important time.
Moment.
And then that face grab, almost decapitating Teddy. I thought it was in the dumps, but the Lurker couldn't get any hits after that. Your dodge rolls were saving the day. Dynamite came in. Dynamite, like it did what it do. This thing, it had 17 hit points, so you definitely there was enough there to blow it out of the room. Anyway, we have some news here, I think. But first of all, let me thank chat for hanging out with us and donating your channel points and getting these guys some much-needed rolls. This is going to be the last of Call of Cthulhu for a little while. We are not going anywhere permanently, but we are taking a little break. We will have a change in some of the cast members. Like we said last time, I believe, Kirk playing Lewis had a change in work schedule. He is going to step away. Hopefully we'll see him again sometime. Maybe the schedule will change and we'll get a reunion. And then Brandon playing Archie is going to step away as well. So we do have some roles to fill. We're going to miss these guys. This was a great introduction to Call of Cthulhu for me as the keeper. I want to thank you as the players for doing an awesome job and playing up to your characters and having a good time. I enjoyed it, but this is not the end. Like, I don't want to say that. We will come back. It might be a little while as we get things kind of put together here. So we'll be doing work on the back end, trying to get some more Call of Cthulhu coming your way. So don't go too far away, as we will be back. So I can't say thank you enough to the chat and to the players. It was fun playing through this. Go ahead, Roy.
One side thing. I was just rolling some stuff on the side. The little after thing rolls. So Roy, because I'm missing some hit points, Roy was trying to patch himself up. He has some bandages and whatnot. And I rolled a 97 out of 30.
Yeah, that's a critical fail. Yeah, you actually cut a vein open. But arterial blood is.
Congratulations, Archie.
So with that, thank you everybody. We are going to fade away into the night on this Tuesday. We'll give you much heads up when we come back with some Call of Cthulhu. Probably these same characters, some of them, and because got to see what happens with Teddy here. He's going to need some reconstructive surgery. But with that, we are going to say goodnight and give you much love. And thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Here we go. I'll see you later.